Be careful what you wish for. I am convinced that I had a media addiction. I did not want to deal with my problems, so I spent most of my time watching YouTube, honestly. And I prayed about it because ever since childhood, that's all I've ever known. I was definitely raised around it. I know that I was raised in the church, but I don't remember like that initial introduction to God. I just always remember that God was a part of my life. So I done prayed about not being addicted to media, and slowly I've started to lose my taste for it. It's almost like I don't connect with it anymore. Now, I'm not talking about as a creator. I still love YouTube. Like, I love it. But I have my certain creators that I watch, and unless I'm trying to learn something new, I find that I want to create more than I want to be entertained. And I wasn't even trying to be entertained before. I was trying to be distracted. And ever since I became sober and started working on myself and my family, I no longer want to be distracted. You know, it makes me feel dead. Kind of like eating junk food. I used to enjoy junk food. Loved it. Them little cream cookies that you get with the little frosting on top that you can get from like the gas station and stuff like that. The real soft cookie with the cream on top, different colors. That used to be my jam. They sell them at Walmart. Oh my God, I used to eat them all the time. And just like, I would just eat my little pretzels, and my little freaking little corn chips, and my little Doritos, and my little Oreos. But it's like now, I feel dead when I eat dead foods. Like, I have to eat something green, something alive, lettuce, apple, pineapple, strawberry, something, or I feel like I'm going to go mad. Things change. I'm so shocked at how much I've changed. I'm not at all the person that I used to be, yet at my core, I'm still the same person that I always was. I'm just more confident now. I really had to learn how to watch my mouth. Everything that I say happens. Everything that I write down happens. And one of my biggest challenges has been conquering self-doubt. A lot of my relationships were not supportive. My adopted mom wasn't supportive. My adopted dad wasn't supportive. Most of my teachers weren't supportive. My boyfriends weren't supportive. My husband wasn't supportive. My kids were supportive. That is why that is the only relationship I have maintained. And that is the only relationships that I have right now. And that works for me. But I want to start becoming more intentional with everything that I do. Something else that I want to start incorporating is reading more. I've got a lot of good books that I want to get into. I'm a writer, poet, author, musician. I make music, elevated hip-hop music. My artist name is The Fury of Abyss. I have my own music label called Masters of Fate Music. I also have a blog where I write about my recovery, being a single mom, starting my own business, just life. That is my whole goal now. Because I have been through so much trauma in my life, I've basically been brought back from the dead. I lost everything that I've ever worked for, and I recovered it all. And I don't know how I did it. Honestly, there was a point there where I had lost my children, my music, my husband, my home. I had nothing. I was in the streets addicted to drugs, and I had nothing. And somehow I got here owning my own business, working for myself, custody of all of my kids back, my mental health on track, eating healthy, learning every day. Like, how did I get here? How did my health get restored? How did my mind get restored? That's a big deal. And I have to share my story. I have to help other people. And I have to really break down everything that has happened to me so that my children do not go through the horror that I have gone through. I don't feel like my story is any worse than anyone else's, but I've been through things that people should never experience. And I survived. I've been through things that should have killed me. I've had attempts on my life. I've tried to take my own life. The fact that I'm here is a miracle. The fact that I have my children back is a miracle. And I will spend the rest of my life trying to help other people find their way. I understand that everything I've been through makes me empathetic and well-rounded. It makes me an authority on all things painful and how to find a way when there seems like there is none, because there is. And all I know is that at some point when I was dead, someone spoke life into me and gave me encouragement. Has to be. That has to be how I got here. There's no other way. I remember being helped. I may not remember the names, but I remember the faces. I remember the feelings. There really are people in this world that exist solely to revive others when they have given up on themselves. If I'm going to be one of those people, then I have to tighten up. I've got to start disciplining myself more. Meditation is something that keeps coming up in all of my readings. I like tarot as a divination tool. It helps when I ask my ancestors what they want from me, because I need to know what to focus on. Meditation keeps coming up. When I did an ancestor read, what came up was making good choices when it came to money and fighting fear and self-doubt. I did that read about 3 months ago. I pulled on myself. I might do that again soon. But yes, I've been lacking in my spiritual work. I've been running away from meditation. I never want to pull my face out of media long enough to sit it on down and be silent. Maybe I'm afraid of what I'll find there. I don't know, but I know that that's what I need to do to make the most out of this time. That's where I'm being pushed to go. And that's something else that Spirit's been telling me, is just to go moment to moment, that the universe gives you breadcrumbs and you just go from sign to sign, from inspiration to inspiration, breath to breath, one step at a time. They even told us that in rehab. And it's so very true. And it helps me not be overwhelmed. Because I used to just think about, oh, money, oh, my debt, oh, our future. And on some level, I still am like that, but nowhere near what it used to be. It's not anything the way that it used to be. It used to be overwhelming and all-encompassing. Now I'm going with the flow and understand fully and completely that everything works out in my best interest and that nothing is here to hurt me. And I have done everything that I'm supposed to do to set everything in motion to sustain us. Now, anything beyond that is on me, and that's what I'm doing. But my journey requires a lot of faith in myself, because that's always been my problem, lacking faith in myself, because I allowed other people to feed doubt into me, and I don't do that anymore. And that's because I cut everybody off, honestly. There is no one to tell me that I can't do something. My kids aren't going to do that. They're very supportive. No one else is in my life to feed doubt into me. This is definitely a time of self-development and a time of getting to know myself and getting to know what my ancestors and my Creator want for me in my life. Well, what I know I want for myself is to start reading more every day, to start working out, and start meditating. Those are my goals. So let's work on that moving forward. Reading more every day, working out, 20 minutes, like it shouldn't be that hard. Just put on a little workout video. So how I'm going to do this is to just alter my morning and evening routines. I think working out would be something that would be good in the morning. So maybe I can incorporate working out after I do my premieres in the morning. Maybe before I get in the shower. Okay, so I wake up and I do my prayer and all that other stuff. And then I'll do my video release at 8:15 a.m. And then I'll do a little workout video. See, when I incorporate change and I start something new, I'll start with 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll work up to 20. Then, it gives me momentum. I don't want to give myself some huge goal, because the change is the huge goal. So I just want to give myself little pieces. I know myself. I get overwhelmed very easily. So I actually want to incorporate these changes. And the only way that I have a chance of doing that is to take little tiny bites, one piece at a time. So I can incorporate the working out in the morning, and the reading I can do through, maybe I'll find out what, throughout the day, or maybe in the evening. I think in the evening, because around 5 o'clock, I get burned out of the internet. So I think that would be a perfect time to just shut it down. Okay. See how one change leads to another? I'm liking this, and that's encouragement for me. That's another thing, thinking problems all the way through, and I want to start playing chess with Judah. One thing at a time. I love you. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.